Let's cut to the chase. The number one reason to visit Leavenworth, Indiana is the Horseshoe Bend. It's an amazing high-up view of the Ohio River. You might say it's the Indiana version of the Grand Canyon. All day long, you can watch graceful barges move coal to power plants far away. And all of that coal is mined right here in southern Indiana. You can look across the river and see Kentucky. To be honest, there really isn't a bad view to be had here. And there's plenty of parking to stretch your legs and take a picture. Right next door is the Overlook restaurant. Good food, good pies, and an amazing view. Their decks are simply perfect. You can use their binoculars if you didn't bring your own. Leavenworth was founded in 1818 by two brothers, Seth and Zebulon Leavenworth, the same guys that started the mill at nearby Milltown. People had came here as early as 1814, but the Leavenworth brothers created the town itself. And here's a fun fact. Seth later moved to Missouri and named his son after his brother Zebulon. And that son became a famous riverboat captain and friend of famous writer Mark Twain, also a Missouri native. You can learn more about Leavenworth and Crawford County on this board at the park. If you need anything for your travels, Stephenson's General Store can help you out. The riverfront town of Leavenworth thrived as a place to build boats, supply wood to fuel steamboats, and export pork. And because there were freshwater clams, a pearl button industry was soon created. However, the Great Flood of 1937 absolutely devastated the town. The government moved people to higher ground, and the town never recovered to its former self. There are very few historical buildings that are still standing. The Lock and Dam Number 44 Park is an unexpected treat. There is ample parking and a ramp for your boat. And across from the parking lot, and several large potholes, is the abandoned 1925 Lock and Dam Valve House. The original dam was torn down when the Army Corps of Engineers built a modern one downstream at Cannelton, Indiana. Before then, the valve house controlled the Ohio River water level. Many of these buildings were destroyed along with the dams via high explosives. However, this one was spared. The gate was open So I went in. Every window in the building is broken, and about every surface has graffiti. The original machinery is still here. Precarious looking stairs lead up to a second floor. It's solid built, but neglected. If you travel west to Newburgh, Indiana, you can see one that's been fully restored. Just 10 minutes away is another amazing view. If you go west from the Overlook restaurant, turn left on South Indian Ridge Road, and then turn right on South Fredonia Road, you'll find this pull-off. You can see miles from up here. They call it a scenic drive. I call it wonderful. If you decide to take this road, know that it turns into rough gravel. You'll get a lower view of the Ohio River and its rustic charm. You'll also see rock that's been eroded by eons of flooding. Alton, Indiana is only about 10 minutes away, unless you get lost. There's a huge sand and gravel pit named Cape Sandy that you want to avoid. Either set your GPS to Alton, Indiana, or take South Cape Sandy Road to South Alton Fredonia Road that turns into High Street, which is this bridge that crosses the Little Blue River. You'll see a historic school. The road after the school is called South Wood Street. Go left. This takes you to the river and campground. There's a sign recognizing Alton as part of the Lewis and Clark expedition that started at Clarksville, Indiana, and ended up at the Pacific Ocean. You'll see houses on stilts, giving you an idea of how high the water can get. But people here are used to floods and accept it, even though it happens all the time. But on a good day, living along the beautiful Ohio River has no equal.